so hard to lose my weight. What can I do to make sure I don't undo all my hard work now Christmas is nearly here? So what we've done today is put together some ideas of what you could have to eat during the party season, whether you've got friends or family coming over yourself, or whether you are actually attending a party. So there's some classic easy swaps you can make during the party season, which means you won't pile on the pounds. For example, when you go to a party, what's one of the first things you see? Almost everybody has a bowl of crisps. Classic easy swap. Swap your crisps for crudité. You only have to look at the array of colour on this plate. Some gorgeous little tomatoes, beans, peppers, carrots, full of vitamins, full of goodness, full of nutrients, and they will keep you happily munching through your party without the calories. But what's quite interesting, both with crisps and of course with crudité, dips often come as well. The thing about dips is they vary hugely in calories. There are two lovely dips here. One of them is a tomato relish, absolutely lovely, and one of them is a sour cream. So no points at all for guessing which one is going to be lower in calories. But what I think is so surprising is the massive difference in calories. That little tomato relish dish in its entirety comes in at 68 calories, whereas the sour cream and chive comes in at over 400 calories. So when you are busy dipping, preferably crudité, but occasionally crisps, just choose the tomatoey relishes and salsas and things like that, as opposed to the creamy ones. Really good example, I picked this one up in Waitrose today. This is part of their Christmas selection. All of these are the creamy dip selection. There's a lovely onion and garlic, pecorino and basil, and a sour cream and chive. All of these come in at over 400 calories. Whereas the other Christmas selection that Waitrose are also doing, where they've got guacamole, tomato salsas, come in at far less. So choose crudité over crisps every time and just watch your dips and you'll be absolutely fine. Another really easy swap to make is sausages for smoked salmon. Sausages, I think we all know, are generally high in fat, often high in salt, and even the mini versions can be deceptively high in calories, and ultimately they're also very moreish, really hard to stop at one sausage. Swap a sausage for a salmon, smoked salmon when it comes to the Christmas party season. Not only are you eating more healthily, you're also getting a little bit of oily fish, and you're getting a lovely sort of lemony flavour. I think you only have to look at the colours to tell yourself which one would you rather eat. There's something about sort of brown food that's always slightly unappealing. Whether you're crudité or you're smoked salmon, you've got a gorgeous array of colours. And a gorgeous array of colours means that you're eating a good array of nutrients. The great thing about smoked salmon and blini is they always impress your party guests. They go fantastically well with champagne, which of course is the skinny drink of the season. And they're so easy and quick to make. Another great swap, sausage rolls with parma ham and rocket rolls. This actually is a recipe from the Jane Plan book, and it's incredibly easy and incredibly simple to do. And they always look so fun. So I thought I'd just very quickly show you how you can make these yourself. Probably the most difficult bit of this recipe is actually getting the parma ham out of the packet and not sticking to all the cellophane. Once you've successfully done that, all you need literally is a small pinch of rocket. Pop it at the end of your parma ham. Make sure the stalky bits are sticking out of the bottom, and just roll up and make your parma ham roll. I actually really like these also with a squeeze of lemon, but they're great with a tiny pinch of poppy seeds. And it just adds a little bit of flavour, a little bit of colour, and a little bit of excitement to what you're doing. So it's the quickest canapé to make. And often I think when you're having a party, you're in a bit of a panic thinking, oh, what should I cook? Oh, I know, I'll get that in the supermarket, I'll get some sausage rolls, I'll get some sausages, it won't take 2 seconds. Well, actually, you might be quicker doing a parma ham roll, and again, pretty much halving the calorie intake. So there's some very easy ideas there for you to follow. When you are at a party, it's really tempting to sort of stand around and nibble, drink, chat, nibble, drink, chat. Often the focus of the party is the food, but if you slightly change your mindset just before you get there, think, right, why am I going to this party? Yes, I want to enjoy the lovely food, but actually what I really want to do is see friends, family, colleagues, loved ones, people you might not have seen for a very long time. And actually you're really there to enjoy their company and soak up the atmosphere of being surrounded by people you love. The food is fabulous too, but it's just the icing on the cake. So make your focus socialising and having fun as opposed to food. Good tip is to always stand as far away from the buffet table as absolutely possible, because if you're standing there, the temptation to sort of nibble constantly through the party is enormous and really hard to avoid. If you're at the sort of party where someone's bringing around plates of food, try and avoid things that look like they might have been deep fried, look like they may have pastry in them, and instead just stick to things like little salmon, prawns on sticks, anything vegetable based. If you do that, you really can't go wrong. But parties aren't always about evenings and standing around with friends. Sometimes it involves going around to your grandmother's house, your aunt's, or just anyone's really, and inevitably they will get the mince pies out. Mince pies are peculiarly British. I think they've ever happened anywhere else, and they are absolutely delicious. But they're just as delicious in the large format as they are in the small format. In fact, when you look at these, they actually don't look that different. And I don't think eating a mini mince pie will make you deprived at all, feel deprived. This one, the large mince pie, is coming in at 240 calories, whereas this one is just 104 calories. Now you might take the view that means, oh good, I can have two, but you might be better off on that occasion having one with your cup of tea, really enjoying it, and then saying, I've had it, I've had a taste of Christmas, and I'll have another one next week. So it's a really easy calorie saving. Buy the mini mince pies, or make the mini mince pies even better than the big ones. Christmas cake. I can't really say anything positive on the calorie front about Christmas cake. But if you're going to do it, you're going to do it. And there's nothing wrong once a year with having a slice of one of your favourite cakes. But somewhere between 250 and 300 calories, depending how you've made it or where you've bought it from, is pretty much what you're in for. And I have to say, that would be for a very small slice. And I've often been at friends and family's houses, and there's a piece of Christmas cake. It's not a small slice, it's more like a doorstep. So if you're going for a doorstep, you're probably going to be taking in a lot more, possibly up to 500 calories. One of the things I think happens with everybody at Christmas is there are lots and lots of chocolates around. And they can be at home, they can be at a party, but also I think they often happen at work. Someone brings them in, the Quality Street is sitting on the photocopier, everyone has one. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But just a couple of these are about 88 calories. That doesn't seem very much, but if they are sitting on your desk, a couple could very easily turn into 6 or 8 or 10, and by the end of the day, you've probably eaten a lot more calories than you have any clue about. So if someone is bringing the sweeties in to work, or the chocolates, or whatever it may be, just practice the principle of out of sight, out of mind. Don't have them sitting on your desk. Make sure they're outside of the office. Treat yourself to one at coffee time, and then one's enough. The other thing I think is worth mentioning, particularly as it's Christmas, is nuts. Or should I say our nuts? Is nuts our nuts? I don't know. Anyway, nuts are undoubtedly good for you, packed with protein and full of good fat, assuming obviously you're buying ones that haven't been fried or anything and no added salt. But I think people often forget that nuts are very high in calories. I'm holding this little packet here just to show you what a small amount of nuts contains. These nuts here contain 13.3 grams of fat and come in at over 300 calories. And if I open that packet, you'll see it's just a handful. And it's incredibly easy at a party to be eating handfuls of nuts and somehow saying to yourself, it's okay, they're nuts, they're healthy. The bottom line is every calorie counts, particularly when it comes to Christmas. So what you really want to do is have a great time, enjoy eating what you're going to eat, and exercise a little bit of portion control, and it will stand you in very good stead. So when you stand on the scales after all the festivities are over, you won't cover your eyes in horror.